Hey all, Hipper here. Today it is Edinburgh Day and I'm using Tenant Agile Build as usual here with Azure Lane Baltimore and Müller as inspirations. And I've got Ingenious and all the speed and rudder perks along with the extra consumables. In this battle here I'm taking out the Edinburgh and as it so happens there's a division on my team this time that I have run into in the past in the Warship Legends community. So it's always nice to meet like familiar faces, so to speak, or familiar game tags, I guess. Even though actually these guys murdered me a few games before this one. But like I said, this time they're on my team, so we can work together now. I guess that's one of the disadvantages of being a YouTuber and putting your builds out there because people can, well, they can pretty much tell what you're running as soon as they see you in battle and know exactly your concealment and everything. So be it. I have no secrets, so yeah, go get me. So speaking of familiar faces, I've seen this guy Devilish Puppy here before, and he is quite a tough nut to crack. And he happens to be in a battleship that can overmatch my Edinburgh's bow. So that's why I'm keeping this island here between us, but I am not giving up. I want this cap here because I love this spawn. This spawn is pretty much the make it or break it on this map here. Because if you are like brave enough, you can stop the whole red team from taking this spawn for a very, very long time, even if you're just one ship basically. Because you have that island there that they don't have, which is quite a problem when you are spawning on that side where the Yamato is. Because I can sit here in the cap and I can cap, no problem, and nobody can hit me. And you cannot do that the other way around. Like the Reds don't have that opportunity. Of course, they can do it at the opposite spawn of this. So that's why it's, if you start in the position where I start, it either A or C. A lot relies on you, I'm sorry to say. It's up to you to win that flank, and it should be quite easy, unless the red team rushes into the cap. Then you're in trouble, but that's pretty much a general thing. So I'll just sit here, and there's no sign of a destroyer yet, so I'm just saving my radar in case I'm going to need it. And of course, Edinburgh has torpedoes, and if I bow tank in this ship, it's a tough ship to sink. So that's why all the battleships on the other side of this island here, they don't really want to have anything to do with me. And really the only thing they could do is to approach me from both sides at the same time, obviously. And then the cruiser here on the flank would also have to actually do some flanking and not just hiding behind the island here. Not sure what he's doing. But they don't do anything, they just sit there and they're wasting time. And that's good for the blue team, because that means that we are getting points because we have the cap, and the red team aren't getting any points because they don't have the cap. And the division guys have taken B, which is awesome. So C is lagging, but that's natural because C has the opposite setup of here, so the blue team has started at a disadvantage there. So it's not too surprising they're not doing too well over there. So we're having a pretty good setup here, this Roma and I, because we just have to hang out. And the longer we just sit here and do nothing, the more points we get. And obviously we cannot really push out of here because we are outnumbered. There's 3 battleships out there in close proximity, and then there's another one at B that's also able to shoot at us. So we'll have to wait for them to make a move first. Which is a bit unfortunate because like time is wasted, and I would like to head over towards C because we still don't have that cap, and it looks like we're in trouble over there. But as it is now, I just cannot move out with so many battleships at point blank range around the corner. I'll have to deal with them 1 at a time, or at the very most 2 at a time, not 4 at a time. And I do have a Roma as backup here behind me, and he's playing it smart as well. He's not going to take any chances. He's just going to sit here behind the island and wait for the enemy to make the first move. Now this spawn is even better if you spawn where I did for this battle here, and then you push into the cap like I did. And I always like when there's a single destroyer at the cap, because they always go for the cap immediately. And if you're in Edinburgh, that is just like 2 salvos at the very most, and that destroyer is out of the game in the first 30-40 seconds. And of course there's no destroyers at this spawn here, which is a bit unfortunate, because I am decked out as a destroyer hunter. I have radar and everything, but as it happens, I won't be hunting any destroyers until later in the game here. So it looks like Mr. Champagne here is getting a little bored of sitting out there and waiting and not actually doing anything, which I can fully understand. I would also try to do something about now, because we're 5 minutes into the game, and if they don't make a move soon, they're just going to sit there and get slowly withered to death. And we still have the cap, so there's really no choice. Time is running out for them. So like I said before, the Yamato can overmatch Edinburgh's bow. So if this was any other battleship, I would have rushed him already. But right now I'm just waiting for the Champagne to go behind the island, and then I'll take this Yami on, because he is so low on health now. I can kill him with my 3 torps, because Edinburgh doesn't have the best torps in the game, and obviously I'm going to take a beating getting out there, but he's only going to get off 1 salvo, and Edinburgh has a great heal, so I'm not really too worried. And that's the Yamato down, and we're just going to have a quick look here and see if there's anything we have missed, or if we have attracted the carrier's attention, but it doesn't look like it. So before I head on towards sea, I'm just going to remove this Champagne here from the map, or at least try to do it, because I don't want to leave this cap behind, and then, which always happens, then the Reds take out the single blue ship left here, and then we lose the cap and we lose the game. So if you want something done in this game, you have to do it yourself, even if that means delaying your actual help to the rest of the team. If I was in a division with the Roma, I would tell him to take off now and go and help the others. But I'm not. I'm just me. So I have nothing to fear from this Champagne here. I'll just come around this little outcropping here, and then I'm going to torp him. And he even missed a whole salvo there, but like, he's still gonna get off 1 more salvo, so it's all good. My heal is ready, so I don't really have any worries at all about giving him some broadside even. It's not really a problem. So he did save a shot there that hurt a bit, but just gonna use these delicious single fire torps here, and they actually got taken out there, but I saved my repair for exactly this situation. And that's battleship number 2. So now this cap here is certainly safe, and I can start to head down to B, because it looks like we're actually starting to lose that, and there's only battleships over there. There is a carrier though, and I don't know what he's doing. So this is where I would love to be in Charles Martel or Atago or one of the 40 knots plus cruisers, because Edinburgh, although it's not the slowest cruiser at tier 7, it is one of the slowest, and getting from A to B takes a while, unfortunately, but it's still much better than, like, you know, puttering along at 30 or 32 knots, as most of these cruisers are when you first either research them or buy them in the premium shop. Part of the agile build is to make these cruisers fast, so you're able to redeploy quickly, like I'm doing here, or at least as quickly as it's possible for this cruiser here, because I think this is pretty much as fast as Edinburgh goes, 38.1. I could put Fraser on it as well. Not Fraser. Fraser? Too much TV there. I could put Fraser on this ship as well and then up the speed by another 3%. But in reality that would maybe give me another knot or something. And I would have to give up Azure Lane Baltimore for rudder. And although There are situations where speed is more important. For Edinburgh, rudder is definitely more important in most cases. In this battle here, I would probably, if I could have, seen into the future, I would probably have actually put Fraser on instead of Azure Lane Baltimore, just to get that extra knots of speed there. But of course, that didn't happen because I'm not psychic. Now there's two gearings over here having a party in their smoke and being really annoying, and they are in a division, and yeah, we just gotta take them out. And it's really frustrating because I have my radar and I have my sonar and I have 2 heals left, and I have also attracted the interest of the carrier, unfortunately. But like I said, I have radar, I have everything I need to dispatch destroyers. I'm just too far away, and I'm heading there as fast as I can. But obviously, even at 38 knots, it does take a while. So there we have the 2 little dirty rascals, and the carrier keeps going, and it's just very annoying. At least the damage wasn't too bad for that run there, but I wasn't really paying attention, so I was more like keeping my eyes on torps, because I turned my sonar on earlier, as you probably saw, just to make sure I didn't accidentally walk into torps. There are 2 gearings and they are like quite aggressive, so they're not even hiding in their smoke and sitting still, so they're quite hard to hit. I was kind of hoping that I would just approach and they would smoke up and sit still and be scared, and then I would just radar them and kill them both. But they are moving and being agile. Yeah, quite annoying. And the carrier is doing its best to take me out as well. He took out the Roma from before that I spawned with, so just trying to avoid as many shots as I can here. And that was nearly a goodbye to me there, but Edinburgh's health saves me. See there how I had like a sliver of health left, and just getting that health there in action puts me back into nearly a 1/3 health. And I love that about this ship here. So I'm in a bit of a tight spot here, because I would just like to just sit still behind this island here and cap, but obviously I have the carrier somewhere behind me, and I cannot just sit still. That will be a way too easy a target. And I'm also worried about torps from these gearings here, and of course I don't want to shoot at me because I am quite low on health. And they just took out the carrier, so it's all up to me. And again, despite my best efforts at dodging here, I still take 1 AP bomb, and it's quite annoying. So I'm heading away from the gearings to buy myself a little bit of extra time, but I'm not going to forget about them. So as soon as I'm unspotted, I'm going to turn around again, see if I can't take them out of the battle, because at least then I can run away that way and not towards the carrier. So the Lexington took out one of the gearings, which was wonderful because there's only 1 left now, and he thinks he's being real smart there, trying to make me think he's hiding in the smoke. But as we all know, Edinburgh has radar, so it doesn't really matter where he's hiding. I will know instantly what he's up to. And of course I have to keep an eye on the carrier as well. And that's why I'm trying to dodge here, because I know the planes are incoming, and this time it's a torp run. So just slowing down and then back up to full speed to see if I can avoid 2 of the torps, which I just do. I would have loved to avoid all 3, but that just wasn't meant to be.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
So again, I'm caught in a nasty spot here with the gearing on one side and the carrier on the other side. So I need to take the gearing out if I'm going to have to survive this. And that's of course what I'm trying here. And he's playing pretty smart. He's hiding behind that annoying rock there, so I can't get a shot off until now. And just take him out before he can fire his torps. So at least I've taken the cap and got rid of the last destroyer, and just have the carrier left to worry about. But because I had to approach the gearing to like avoid torps, I'm now like an easy target for the carrier, and it doesn't matter how much I slow down or try to wiggle my way out of this one, I'm going to take some damage. And he does hit me, and I'm down to 200 health here, and 1 second left, and that is a clutch in literally the last second here, because the squadron was going around for another hit at me, and I wouldn't have survived that. So there we go, 3000 XP, and a very interesting and action-packed game here with some of the guys from the community. So hope you enjoyed it.